Now, if you're struggling with your irons, I have the perfect drill for you. It's going to help you to get some lag in the downswing, shallow out that club, tuck the right elbow in, and better than all, get some shaft lean so the hands are leaning in front when you hit the golf ball. You can get all that from this one drill. So here's how we do it. Turn your club upside down like this. So the toe of the club would be sticking into the ground right behind the golf ball. Then you're going to take your normal grip as you're doing this. Now from here, I'm going to turn the club in the downswing so that the toe of the club would be hitting into the golf ball. Now that naturally gets me in a position where I shift my weight to the left and open my body. My shoulders have to be coming from the inside to get this club, this toe pointing down the target line. My right elbow definitely gets really tucked in, and a lot of other benefits. So let's walk through exactly how to do this step by step and walk from the feet all the way up to the hands. Talk about every piece that you need to feel in your body to get those really crisp, clean iron shots. This is an exciting video because it does so many things really well. So put the toe upside down, just like I talked about, just like if I was gonna chop a piece of wood with an axe here. Then I'm gonna set up with my normal stance. Now make sure when you do this, you put the club in your normal position. I don't wanna cheat and take a weird grip or a different grip to make it easier. I want to take my normal standard grip. Now from there, let's start from the feet. Well, in order to get this toe of the club, really the goal is to have the toe of the club pointing down the target line so that if I imagine this was a hammer, I would actually hit the ball right toward the target, or even better, I like to, because most players struggle hitting a draw, actually get that a little bit more out to the right, so I'd be going to the right of this stick. So I'll go ahead and hit one here. You're not really supposed to hit one doing this drill, but you'll get the idea of I'm hitting it over that way. If that was a hammer, I'm just hammering it toward the right side of the screen. Now, when I do that, if I'm gonna have any kind of success with this, I need to go ahead and get my weight shifting to the left in the downswing, and I'm gonna go ahead and open my hips. You see, if I keep my hips closed, just kind of feel like I'm hammering across my body, there's not much power. If I do this and get my hips to open, get my right heel off the ground, get that right foot to kind of pivot out like that, that's gonna allow me to get those hips open and be in a powerful position. I feel like if I had a piece of wood down there, I could hammer the heck out of that thing. Now, your knees are gonna be a little bit flexed. I don't want you to stand up out of your posture and do this. We're gonna keep some flex in those knees as my hips rotate open. Now, if I move up from there, what are my shoulders doing? Now, a big mistake is to just go ahead and kind of twist the hands to get that toe lined up with the golf ball, but my shoulders are straight up and down. What would be easier than that is to get my shoulders kind of turned this way, more from the inside and behind the golf ball, to where now I can get in here where I'm in a powerful position. See, I don't feel super powerful like this, but if I turn my shoulders behind it, I'm gonna be coming from the inside, I'm gonna feel really powerful. That's what I call the stable fluid spine in the Top Speed Golf system, where you get a little tilt, or if you take your hand, both your hands by your side, you drop your right fingertips towards your right knee, your left fingertips come up towards your pant pocket, and that's gonna be that same thing. So that's the same position that I'm putting you in here when you get this hammer action and you're behind the golf ball. Again, really powerful. Now if I go up to the arms, what the arms are doing, look at my left elbow. This is a really important one. You don't ever want to get your elbow in like this. It can cause some pain, some jarring in your elbows. I don't want my elbow pit facing this way. I want my elbow facing toward the target. I want my elbow pit facing away from the target. So now here I'm in a position to where that left arm is across my chest. I should feel like there's some pinching between my left bicep and my left pec. So my arm is across my chest, and that's because my body is turning into my left arm. And that's exactly perfect like that. Now the right arm, this is a great one. If I was gonna take again that hammer, that axe, and I'm gonna chop the back of this, imagine there's a round log on the ground. This is the head of the axe, and I'm gonna hit that thing. That arm would naturally come in like this. Notice how my right elbow is still bent at impact. It's actually touching my hip as I'm doing that. And my palm would be a little bit more up toward the sky for this particular drill. That's gonna be exactly perfect. Now, once I feel that, 10, 15 swings, you really get used to that motion, you just go ahead and take your normal grip and try to recreate the same thing. And if I do this correctly, that ball is definitely gonna start a little bit to the right, and then it's gonna draw back really nicely. So let's go ahead and give it a whirl. I feel like I'm gonna hit this thing hard, I'm not gonna lie. That felt amazing. It felt like super solid, like the club was in a position to where my hands were very much in front. It was going to be a really clean, solid, like deep type of contact. It almost feels like the ball is just sinking into the face when you're doing this drill. This is one, honestly, I've done different variations of this over the years. Every time I do it, I hit it fantastic. And then over time, I forget about it. And then when I remember the drill and I do it myself again, then it's not that I forgot about the drill, but I quit working on it. Whenever I do go back to working on it again, it feels amazing again. I need to just go out every single day and do the same drill because it gives me fantastic results. So a nice tight draw there, 201 yards with a 6-iron, 99 miles an hour club head speed. All those numbers are fantastic. Now, there is one problem with this. When I do this drill with my right hand specifically, it's not quite like a real swing. So let's go ahead and take this toe down again. I'm going to come into contact. And because of the way I've gripped this club, my left hand and my right hand are both very strong, in a strong position, meaning that my palm is up toward the sky. Now in a real golf swing, if I want to deliver the club exactly the same with my normal grip, if I have my palm up to the sky like that, the face is going to be very open out to the right. What I need to do, what I need to pair with this is all these body motions that are perfect that we just worked on, and I need to go ahead and learn to use the hands and the wrist to square up the club properly like the pros are doing. Now I'm going to walk you through that. I have a step-by-step drill I call the tennis racket drill where I'll show you exactly how to use those hands and those wrists. And if you pair it up with the body motions we made here, that's a perfect 1-2 punch. You're going to hit it amazing. So I'm going to play a preview of that video here in just 1 second. All you need to do, go ahead and click one of the cards that you see pop up somewhere on your screen. And if you don't see those cards, don't worry. Just go down to the description below and click the link there. I'm going to get you instant access to this tennis racket drill. I'll walk you through exactly what the left hand does, what the right hand does. I'll make it intuitive by using a tennis racket, or you can use just about anything you have laying around the house. And it's going to show you exactly what to do to hit it, just like the pros are doing with their hands and wrists in the club. So let's go ahead and get started right now. I can't wait to share with you those secrets. Let's go ahead and get started with the tennis racket drill. Good player problems. We're going to talk about shallowing that club shaft out as we're starting down, as we're doing this rotating of the face that we worked on in the last video. As we start this downswing, what you'll see with basically all of the top players is instead of coming kind of over the top and letting the hands come out away from their body, letting the club come out away from their body, again coming down steep into the ball and then having to open up, kind of fillet open the face and add loft to it. The flattening of the shaft should happen as soon as we start down. So as we start this downswing, what we want to have happening here, you can imagine that if I draw a line from the hosel of my club up through my right elbow, that's my swing plane line, my elbow plane. As I go to the top of the swing, I'm going to be slightly above that. And then as I start down, I want my hands to start to shallow out. I want the club to shallow out inside of this elbow plane. And at the same time, I'm going to be